His way into the auditorium. Can the twice world champion cause another upset here on playoff night?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action here in Brighton. The semi-final of the Holston Premier League Darts. Brought to you by the PDC and live here on Sky Sports. The best of 21 legs. Referee Russ Bray. Time to meet two legends. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, from Mexborough, Yorkshire, and the former two-time champion of the world.
Sure Dennis Priestley knows exactly what happened in that first match. I am sure Dennis Priestley would fancy his chances in a final against Terry Jenkins. First though, he's got to get past the defending champion. To see some more action. Phil Taylor has never been stopped in the Premier League, bidding for his third successive title. Will it be he who faces Terry Jenkins in our final tonight? Your commentators Dave Lanning and Sid Woodell.
Well, we've got stag parties screaming. We have got hen parties making noises as though they're hatching eggs, Dave Lanning. I do not think this will go to the 21st leg.
There is the facts about Phil Taylor, but that doesn't really tell the story of how he has dominated this tournament. After drawing his first two matches, Sid, he's been absolutely all-conquering. He's beaten Manly Lewis and Priestley 8-2. He's beaten Lloyd Jenkins and Manly 8-1. He has won his last 6 matches, and he has really covered this tournament like a colossus.
But this man was the surprise leader. By week 5, Dennis was showing them the way to go home. Was Dennis ever hot?
Well, he's beaten Ray Barnable in this tournament, Priestley, and he drew with Taylor, so he has really excelled himself. To think that a couple of years ago, Priestley looked to be on his way out, but he's way back on the big stage. And we've been up and down the country. They'll be watching this in the Northern Working Men clubs in Aberdeen. They'll be watching it down in the Westmore Conservative Club in the elite real estate of the South Coast. Up and down the country, darts is king.
And they'll be watching it at Leisure Shore, where the Consec as it drew it. Dennis was playing there the weekend and had a great night. They've been rubbing the standing stones for Dennis. Talking about standing stones, it's chock-a-block here on the front at Brighton.
Yes, we've been all over the country, but tonight we're in Brighton, and you can tell them all we're having a ball in Sussex by the sea.
Here we go then, it's bull-up time in the second semi-final. Barney came back from 10-7 in the last one, Son Elliott did it nearest the bull. That is the power shot. He's not pleased with that, Dave.
Well, such are his standards of perfection that Taylor will settle for nothing less than the bull.
Both go again. Both with 25. The power has been sitting watching that last game, banging on the table, saying, I'm top of the league, I'm top of the league. Relaxed. Walking on air is the power as they bull up again.
So still, they're playing for first darts, and that's a difficult dart to beat. All Taylor can do is equal this shot.
Takes me back to me history time. Ashby de Lasso ran about 9:40. Ivanhoe and the Green Man going at the bull for hours. Some things don't change. Both after the bull.
Well, once again, he's hit the 25 segment, and again, Priestley, with a bull here, can have the honour of the darts over the best of 21 legs. It's debatable the advantage, but they're going for it.
Here we go, we're still pulling up. Dennis led the league for so long, was second in week 10. After the red bid, the red pippin. Taylor after the same thing. We'd like to welcome Paul Robinson, all the England team, watch him at Bisham Abbey. Robbo, unofficial boss of the Taylor fan club. All the best to you lads. Hope you get ready to dance past the Brazilians.
That's also a 25.
Well, we wonder if you should have a tie break on the ball, Sid.
With what's happening tonight already, with John and Stewart doing a great job, there's just built up the tension.
That's just outside.
First one outside the outer ball. The crowd being played by Taylor already.
A chance then for Dennis Priestley to gain the throw. That's it.
That is the 25.
Here we go then.
Thank you, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
great rivals.
First leg is Dennis to throw first. Game on.
Dennis Priestley, winner of the 1991 MC title with a brilliant 101 tournament average. Been doing 2-hour 17-set practices in Mexborough with his pals. Just loses the line. First man to 11, the winner. I don't think he'll go 21 legs. But after my prediction on the last one, where I said Barney 11-7, I'm watching the Geordie Gob.
Well, there are the odds you can see there, 25-1 on Phil Taylor. And in truth, if you look at the stats over the 14 weeks, Phil Taylor has scored 12 more points overall than Priestley, and he's won 56 more legs, Sid. So it should be one-way traffic, but we just saw that last match, and we know at this level the surprises can come, and they can come when you least expect them.
Absolutely, he came here hot as a hot cross bun. On Monday, Thursday, Taylor beat Barney in week 14 at Birmingham with 105 average, 230 in daughters.
Yes, Taylor is 8 points ahead on the tournament average. He's still averaging over 100, and he's checking out at 44%, which is, 8% better than Priestley. Priestley, on paper, has a very slim chance.
But he gave some shocks over the weeks. An amazing 7-7 draw with Taylor, 92 average early though at Wolverhampton. Then he beat Lewis 8-1 with an 88 average. Beat Barney at Blackpool 8-4, remember, with an 82 average. He's gonna have to be much nearer 100 tonight, Dave.
Yes, but he's had a wonderful tournament, Dennis Priestley. And this crowd here settling down to watch two true legends of this sport in action.
Phil deserted in that 60 area for the night. I think that's what let Barney down, and I wasn't at his best, 85 average. But one thing Barney was not doing, he wasn't stacking well up there like Taylor does. Barney was getting one in and then trying risky seconds and thirds. That, I think, was the major scoring problem with Barney.
Yes, you could say with Barneveld, the old stack magic was missing.
Oh, yes! As the Pooch would put it. Taylor, too high, off balance, unusual.
Coming out, looking at more open targets. Taylor needed the treble. Will leave him a finish 110. He could do that in 2 darts. Priestley languishing back on 250. Remember, he had the throw.
Taylor in magnificent form a week ago at the US Open, won that against Barney, 105 average. Same tournament, Barney had 109 average. What a change in a week. Taylor also had 107 average against Mervyn King there, though. So Taylor's average 97.7 and rising. Treble 18, double arrow over Bull. Bull tops for a cribbler. Top lipstick.
70.
Well, Taylor's been hitting some big finishes, 170 in Blackpool, 121 in Reading, 126 in Blackburn, but here is Priestley looking for a big finish of his own, 150, the shot.
This was the sort of shot that got him going to the top of the league by week 4, Dennis, way back in February. But these are the rain-lashed days on the south coast, the Ides of May. For 3 men tonight, chasing 75 grand on the title. That this man wants desperately to keep.
Taylor finishing like that with surgical skill. And he has the darts here. Taylor looking for an early lead, looking mean, looking menacing. This man has such hunger for success, such an appetite for victory.
A sloppy lie by him. Normally that would be going in. See, that was the area that let down Barney. Getting one in the middle of the 60. Copied Taylor's dart and his throw.
Dennis Priestley then, former coal merchant from Yorkshire. A real true type. When Priestley plays, you can almost hear a colliery brass band playing in the background.
I've listened to a few in my time. So I've got cauliflower ears from up the Northumberland coalfield. R.I.P. Here we go, trying to understack now. Oh, now went for the cover.
Terrific crowd here. Over 40,000 have watched us over the preceding 14 weeks. It's a full house here. Indication that darts really is just about the hottest ticket in town.
Well, I've been here since 3 years talking to staggers and henners, and they haven't been talking about fun. They'll be talking about the 35 wears out from 131.
Fascinating conversations you have in your leisure, Sid.
Oh, beautiful last done by Taylor. Sitting on a 99.8 average to Dennis's 74. Signs of ominosity already, Dave.
And he's left the highest finish possible, 172 treble 20s bullseye. He did it in Blackpool. there's 1,000 bonus if he can do it. He'd be sure of a share of it. 170. This would be one for the gallery.
Eat your heart out, Van Gogh. This is one for the gallery. It starts with red. Magic. What's another bit of red? Double!
124.
It was a noble effort, and Priestley can but stand back and applaud. And Taylor looks in the mood tonight, Sid, doesn't he?
He's looked in the mood since February 2005, when he did 2 11-1s in the league that year. Won it, 100 average. Unlucky Dennis. 2006, he did 8-1 against Lloyd and 8-1 against Manly at Carlisle.
Double 16.
Now for 2-zip. Double 16, the green bit. Up to the rippets. 2 hits for Tiller. No bother!
Phil Taylor.
15-dart finish there, and that's how he rounded it off with double 8. And Priestley, early doors, is rocking just a little.
But we'll stick to it, Dennis. Amazing thing, as you mentioned, Dave. Was going to give up the game because of eye trouble about 5 years ago. Had laser surgery that went cockeyed. Then came back into it with an amazing start to this league. Was leading the league after 4 weeks. Dennis Priestley got the water in a bit towards the end. This should be in right-hand end. Winning the difficult end! Could be over quickness. Taylor to 104 average in no time at all.
Yes, and that's a 180 at the start of a leg, and so the tantalising possibility of a 9-dart finish. Just look at that average from Taylor, that we might have something even more mind-boggling coming up. He now needs another 180 or 177, Sid.
Did a 9 darts 3 weeks ago against Barney in Holland when he was down. Split width of the wire out at the start of the combination. Superb understacking. If he's understacking, Dennis's goose is cooked. Oh, magic done by Taylor.
There's such a positive quality about his throwing and about his attitude. Priestley really knows he's caught his man on a very, very mean night.
The rules were that you had to play the legs out in the first league in 05.
60.
He tried to do people 11-0. In 06, he tried to do them 8-0. And here tonight, he wants to do Dennis 11-0. He's that kind of animal, is the power.
And once again, every target he attempts seems to be just within touching distance for him. Just watch that throw, that release, so familiar. It says power on his forearm, and power there is in his play.
Dennis occasionally stormed away with some league matches and then let them catch him. Was 6-0 up against Charlton at Nottingham, lost 8-3. 5-2 up against Jenkins and let him get back to 7-7. But at the minute, Dennis is not in the hunt. Treble 90, double 14, adjustment shot on the wire.
He might go for the ball here.
70.
Does so. There we go. Sid's got an admirer.
Hey, I'll pick my own weight, mate, Div. Snatchy dart by Dennis.
Double 8 for Taylor and 3 love. Be a 13-dart finish if he hits it first dart. He'll settle for the second dart. Double 4. There it is. Ooh, he's a long way away.
Halfway to the jogger bank, that one. We're in Brighton, but that one's back on the money. Taylor roaming away with it. Average down to 98, but that will go up. Dennis with a job on.
Best of order, please. Game on.
There's the double from Taylor, although his first attempt was very loose indeed. But this is this man's skill. If he throws a baggy dart, Sid, he certainly puts it to right with the very next throw.
That is the most comprehensive analysis by Dave Lanning. Nobody in the sportsman I've ever seen thrives on the negative. One negative, and he bashes those darts into his thigh, Taylor, and the guy gets a funny look, because he's his world's biggest own critic. Turns the negatives positive. Twists the atomic structure of tungsten.
Well, tungsten has the highest meltdown temperature of all metals. And at the moment, I'm afraid it's dear old Dennis Priestley who's in meltdown.
99.
To borrow a line from our baseball colleagues, he's flinging a hot stick tonight. Here's Taylor. Dennis on an 84 average, which is either here or there. He's got to pop that up at least to 105 to handle the power.
140.
Taylor just one adrift. But switching. This is this man's skill and ability to just switch his targets. Equal
58.
comfort and ability. Not quite hitting the target there. Priestley with a chance here. Sid needs to open his account pretty lively.
Yeah, has to leave a two-darter here. It's important areas our colleague Rod Harrington often makes out. This is the important area when you're playing particular Taylor. Got to leave yourself a two-darter. He's not going to do that.
41.
Taylor too has weak points. Start of this season in February. Sholton on 7-6 on an 11-darter. Wasted several darts before Taylor squeaked the draw. But he's never lost in 42 matches.
Might stay there, you know.
96.
And Dennis Priestley here, who hasn't produced his most menacing form. Still that absolute regulated, methodical rhythm. The eyes focused. The target beckoning.
140.
There's one thing in slack this season. Last 14 outings in the league, Taylor, it's this sort of finish. It's not been that reliable on the ton plus as. Triple 90 leaves double 16, that's a nice marker to get it. Just too high, the second dot.
58.
And now these are the chances that Dennis Priestley must gobble up if he is to prosper. 80 he needs. It's got to start hitting the doubles. It's got to start getting a few chalks on the board. Big 20 will leave double top. Getting higher, Sid.
Top lipstick to peg back. Just too high by Dennis. 3,000 fans here in Brighton on the south coast, where if the old Prince Regent had been here, he'd be out the pavilion along the prom and watching this match. 2:16 to go, 4-zip. Rarely misses. Double it.
42. Dennis, you require 40.
And so a very real opportunity for the man from Mexborough to get one leg on the board. Double top. Cannot afford to allow this kind of opportunity to slip away, and doesn't.
Middle of the bed by Dennis. Takes a perfunctory bow. They've had some crackers, these two. They used to share money, as we've seen going again. For the first 4 or 5 years, we're on Sky in 1994. Dennis, the world champ, against Taylor, handsomely.
Yes, and Priestley won that leg against the throw, so if he can just hold on here, going into the break at 3-2 down, looks a good bit more healthier than it did just a moment ago when there was a very real danger. He could have gone into the break 5-zip.
Didn't like his last dart there. Dennis slightly sliding the dart too straight at the end was Taylor. Wasting the chance for perfect stacking. I say that's what led Barney down earlier.
100.
Copying Taylor's not as easy as it looks, especially if you're 6'1". The Taylor's 5'8". Barney had Greg Divilly doing under stacking earlier against Jenks. Slack dart by Dennis.
Coming out, looking at treble 19.
82.
Say Taylor got a bit slow coming into this. It was week 5 before he did anything, before he got his first 100 average. Had actually lost too much weight after his defeat in the World Championship to Barney, but by heck, he did not whack the pace up.
think it's fair to say, Sid, he also lost a bit of weight in confidence after that defeat from Barnabel, but he's right back on his game now, and he knows that if he can prevail here, the expected final against Barnabel is not on. And we remember when he played Jenkins in that final in Ireland, wasn't it, last year in Dublin? He blew him away, so he'll be looking good.
Except he didn't blow him away early doors. In the first 4 sets, it was anybody's match. So Jenkins can handle Taylor early. Can he handle him late over 31 legs? Find out later, folks, live on Sky.
Well, Dennis Priestley still will not have abandoned all hope of winning this match, but in fairness, he's got to get his average up. It's 86.70. He's got to put at least 10 points on that, one would fancy.
And remember how good Taylor can get in the later legs. He was 5-1 down at Sheffield with 5,200 fans going mad in week 5 and averaged 115 over the next 8 legs to win it. He tends to get better as the match goes on.
58.
Well, a chance now for Priestley, 120 to make it 3-2 at the break, and that's a good bit more encouraging than it looked just a couple of moments back. Needs to treble for the double top for the finish. Yes, now double top, important dart for Dennis Priestley. That's the target.
Blew a good chance there, Dennis, of pegging back to make the deficit only 1. We're in rainy Brighton, but we've got star-spangled tungsten on this hockey. Finals night of the Premier Dart League. Taylor letting Dennis in here then. Good toss going, I like it. Ray Davis here last night, maybe he stuck around.
Double top for Priestley to get right back into this semi-final. Taking his time, as always, accurate, precise, as usual. 3-2 at the break. We've got a match on here, Sid.
We've got a match on. The power look gobsmacked. So Dennis within one chalk of the power. Plenty more to come, folks.
You're back live at Brighton for the finals night of the 2007 Premier League. We've already seen a right soap opera of a struggle which saw Terry Jenkins just edge Raymond van Barneveld out in a real nail-biter. And now Phil Taylor, who looked like he was disappearing over the horizon, went 3 up. But Dennis Priestley, his old rival, hauled back in 2 legs, and the match is very much poised at this point.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Sid Waddell with Dave Ryan here, taking you through it. Barney came back from 7-10 in that one, but it was to no avail. This to face Jenkins in our final.
Well, there are the odds, and it's still 25-1 on Taylor. And with darts like that, who could doubt the bookmakers? Could just be the time in the match where Taylor, with darts of that accuracy, will really turn on the gas. He has this ability to put in a devastating burst. And we've seen over a long period of years that there is really no man in darts, all the greats that he's played against, that can live with Taylor when he hits pure purple.
Hit pure purple in Holland 3 weeks ago. Barney 3-2 up on him in tournament there. Taylor fighting a 9-darter and then went on to win. As Dave said quite precisely, picks his psychological moments. Does the power. Fans and all ships inside the air, hottest ticket in British sport. 40,000 people have watched it since February.
140.
And a crowd fit to grace our final night here in Brighton by the Sea.
Taylor then in front, looking to go 4-2 up. No, it's going to stay on the trebles. There's still a hole through the middle. No, he didn't.
58.
Just thought secondary about it. Came across 454, treble 18.
See, Barney would have to go at the 60 there, I'm pretty sure. I think that Taylor used his head better than Rea did earlier. He can't take anything away from Jenkins. Particularly in that brilliant last leg. Remember, if you're just coming in, 11-10, Cracker Barney was 10-7 down. Jenkins will play the winner of this.
Another big finish for Taylor, 167 would bring the place down. Possibilities, treble 19 would leave the bull. The crowd giving voice, responding. Well, it is a wonderland when Taylor is in a magic mood.
Absolutely, walking in a Taylor wonderland, they reckon. Dennis could well be to a nice little two-darter, right on Taylor's tail. Alrighty, Denmanson.
Well, that's a really, really courageous shot from Priestley to rap out a reminder to Phil Taylor. He's hanging on to his shirt sleeves.
Once a 16. 2 9s for Taylor to get out of the hole. The green bit on the wire.
67.
Well, that 177 has brought Dennis Priestley right back into this leg. He now wants double top to finish off a quite remarkable recovery in this leg. Double top, there's the target. There's the marker.
He's got to watch the flight, though. He's got to go to the left or right of the marker. Oh, he's got flight trouble. He must go to left or right. Brilliant shot, he used the right-hand flight. Nobody more chuffer, what pals they are. What a dart. Went to the right and gave that slick off the flight tube.
Yes, and that's another leg against the throw. And Taylor, well, can but conjecture on what might have been. He was so far in front in that leg, Sid. And he knows now. He must have known anyway about the fighting qualities of Dennis Priestley.
60.
Well, Dennis, with 3 brilliant legs, has levelled things up nicely. Top Power's averaging 105 in leg 2. It's now 92 the Power. Plays 89 the Menace. Oh, this is sensational. This one should be in. Oh, magic! That's what Barney was trying to do and blobbed against Jenkins. Sensational use of the lie. Magic dots.
Yes, that's the top of the leg as well, Sid. And again, we can but drool over the prospect. We might have a 9-darter here, but Taylor's only just 1/3 of the journey. Needs another 180 or 177.
The crowd now. Oh, he's meaning business now. 4 on the route. Oh, just lost the line.
94.
Just a whisker away, wasn't it? Still puts Taylor very much in pole position in this leg, but he's let 3 legs slip away. Although give credit to Priestley, he's won them, and he's won them with some style and panache.
But one of the things that Taylor's been doing regularly with Andy Hamilton in the Skylark Pub in Stoke, practice in 5 hours, 6 hours, rigorous. Like little kids though. Andy say 10 o'clock, Phil gets there at 10 o'clock, and he's been on the board an hour. Sounds childish, but it produces skill like this. There's that attitude. Easy peasy. After you've done 53 hours a week, practice peasy.
Right, it's not going to do a 9-darter, but it's very much a possibility that it'll only be 11. And Priestley can do very little about this kind of power play from Philip Taylor. Still chip away though.
Well, against Barney in the last game at Birmingham, he went 13-15 to start the game. 2 16s from an 11-darter. He has the power from the Power. Needs to snitch up an inch. The red bit, the red lipstick. Double it. On the wire. Dennis in with a chance of going ahead.
And if Priestley can win this leg, in which Taylor has hit 2 180s, it really would have Brighton rocking. 101 the shot. He has a very real opportunity.
Bad shot that's in the big three. Bad shot. But given the pressure of this man behind you.
Don't understand that, Sid. I would have thought he would have gone for the conventional way. Taylor on double 8. Thought Priestley would have gone for treble 17 still. He's the player. And so Taylor is the master of double 8. Regains the lead.
So it's all happening here tonight. Jenkins doing a number on the world champion. Taking 5 out of 6 legs when I was to get a 7-4. And then doing the business right at the end. So Jenkins is in the final. Taylor by no means looks sure of his seat there either. 42 matches played. This is his 43rd. He's never lost one in the league since February 2005. But Dennis just the lad to do something about that, Dave.
Yes, and Philip Taylor on 92, his average, which is 8 points below his tournament average. So he's by no means at his best. And his checkout percentage is nothing for his video library either. 25%, 4 out of 16.
In leg 2, Taylor was averaging 104.5. He's now averaging a sloppy 93. Room to do a curveball to the right. Oh, look, he's got the line right. It's in! Could have sworn, just dropped in at the last minute. What a shot!
Once again, Priestley refuses to buckle.
Slightly snatchy action, but very effective for Dennis. He's staying on the coattail of the power. Might need a 100-weight or 2 assault on that coattail. He usually deserts this. This is a dodgy dart. Tried the understacker. He's going for cover. Surely this time. Lovely last dart.
Yes, he wanted that one. Leaves 130. And Priestley was a long way back, but remember, he was a long way back in what was it, leg 5. And 177 brought him right back into it, looking for what was once his favourite cover shot on treble 18, finding one, but 130 for Taylor, Phil.
That's right, starting at 60, gets it. Treble 8, he needs double 8. See how much he hates the slightest blob.
98.
Dennis has got to leave a 2-darter, so do the math. Needs 290 here. Got to leave a 2-darter. Too risky is the 3-darter.
Well, even if he leaves a 2-darter, Sid, he knows Taylor's going to be back at double 60, and you just can't see him missing with 3 darts at that target.
32.
Dennis's fans there, and they are legion, watching the power go ahead, middle of the bed. Power leads by 3. Crowd loving it. W Warren. Hope you England team watching as well. Rooney, if you get a penalty against Brazil, shoot like that.
Yeah.
Straight.
It's the perfect shot right in the centre of the target.
Old rivals. Twice world champion Dennis Priestley. 91 Embassy champion, 94 world champion, took Taylor easily to Circus Tavern.
Well, it's been a long time since Dennis Priestley has beaten Phil Taylor on television, though, Sid. He's given him some noble tassels, but Taylor's always seemed to have had just that little bit extra. Mine, you could say that with Phil Taylor against any player of the last 20 years.
Hanging from the chandeliers up there. A lively, jolly audience here. 3,000 people watching the greats in the game. The lovely dart Dennis will progress. Air shot to the left. Air shot still left. Left-hand corner, right over the plate. 50-1 against Taylor. 10-1 against Dennis.
And he's only 5-3 down, Sid. That's amazing, isn't it?
That's what the bookies say. Taylor, massive favourite. Look at me now on that lipstick.
180.
Well, that's what, 5 in the last 4 legs from Taylor. And that's shoved his average up just under the three-figure mark, 99.17. We anticipated a burst, but Priestley's doing his damnedest to hang on in there with him.
And you notice the total opposite of Taylor's style. Taylor lays them in the bottom of the bed. Dennis lands them high-angled. A perfect example of the difference between their styles. Dennis understacks. Taylor usually stacks. Getting a low one and then going higher. Lovely last dog by Taylor. Game on now, Dave.
Yeah, that was a superb shot, treble 18 from Taylor, which means Priestley really has got to hit this 100 finish.
There's the easy bit. With his eye, this should be easy too. Tops! Oh, it's not even a marker. It's half an inch high. Needs a dip. Slider shot. No, it slid too much.
Oh, these are the moments in matches against Taylor that you've got to take. And Phil Taylor now double 680. He was absolutely right geometrically in the centre of the target last leg.
Geometric it is! It's your heart out, Archimedes! That's an angle! Perfect! Way to dodge, dipping at the end of flight. In real action there, in real time, Taylor sweating a bit. But signs, Dave, that he's cranking it up now. 32% checkout, that's average. But 6 180s now. Remember, Barney, 21 180s from 3-0 now in the World Championship. Taylor maybe will turn on a bit of that with this crowd massively behind him, Dave.
And you see there again is the skill and expertise and sheer dartistry of Phil Taylor. Missed treble 20, missed treble 19, still went across for 18s and hit that, tidied up his scoring. And the crowd on their feet are recognising that they are witnessing a master at work.
Absolutely. 200 to 1 against Taylor, say the bookies. And look at the Tungsten singing the same tune. Incredible! He's all flowing now like molten lava down an Italian pit heap.
Just look at that turntable. Taylor now on 7 180s.
100.
Phil Taylor looking at 228, and he just seems magnetised into the lipstick. You could say his max factor is immaculate.
102 average by the power, who was down to about 91. That's what makes him one of the world's greatest sportsmen. He suddenly hits back at you like Muhammad Ali with a ton of lead in his right glove. Dennis under the hammer of the greatest titan ever to live in the Olympus of darts.
It's unlucky for Priestley there, 140, but still left himself on a bogey. It might all be academic anyway. Taylor hits his double, which he does right on cue. Terrific.
7 maximums, 6 sharpish, 11 Jordan, and folks, take it from Sydney, Taylor will get better.
Welcome back to finals night in Brighton, where Terry Jenkins, having caused quite a surprise, beating one giant in Raymond van Barneveld, now looks like he's going to have to do it all over again in the final against Phil Taylor. And when you see him in the practice room just easing his muscles, and he cannot help but have been impressed by the form and the burst of brilliance that Taylor has put in over the past few legs, because just look at those averages: 107, 115, 136, 136. Somebody email the Guinness Book of Records.
And 120 no good for Dennis, and 111 no good for Dennis. That is astronomical. In fact, that is a Taylor feat I think he's never matched before. He averaged 109 against Part over 12 legs in Ireland with a double to start. But that is sensational, particularly to crank it up. He was averaging 104 in leg 2. He was averaging the 91 leg 7, and then suddenly went mad. Now averaging 102.5, Taylor.
Well, we remember earlier in this tournament, Sid, he went 5 legs, Taylor averaging 128. But that was an equally, if not better, burst. And it's just no man throwing tungsten who can live with that kind of form. Well, if there is, I wish somebody had introduced him.
Oh, magic! I just absolutely in towering form now. The greatest down play ever to draw breath. 8 180s, cracking them in magically. Dennis has upped his average to 93, but the power's going to end average about 107 the way this is going.
And again, Sid, it's a maximum at the start of the leg, and in this mood, you know, Taylor might just be thinking of another magical 9-darter. He might indeed. Hold on to your hats.
Just got a deflection, as you will see, off that barrel. Too heavy by a split millimetre on that barrel. You're dead right, he does think big time, big time, massive big time. That's Taylor. If there's anything beyond a perfectionist, he is it. Let me know if you know a word.
The second dart just holding on in there, but Taylor at the moment can hardly do any wrong. Treble 15 should be the dart.
150.
Heavy pressure. Again, Dennis has got to leave a 2-darter here. 130 odd.
But Sid,
needed here.
What can Dennis do? Dennis must be thinking, gosh, I've averaged at 117 and never even got a shot at a double.
That's it. The epitome of Taylor. Never give a chucker the slightest chance for 8-3 in this race. 2-11. Taylor. Once. Double 8. Hardly breaking sweat with this fantastic effort of the last 4 legs. Double 4. On the way out.
Well, this is a chance that Priestley could hardly have imagined would have presented itself. Phil Taylor missing 2 darts at a double. His average comes tumbling down to 104, and he might still lose this leg. Double top for grand larceny from Dennis Priestley.
There you go! Grievous, bodily larceny here in the centre. Dennis living with the power, even though the power is inexorable.
And that really was a leg of the highest quality, Sid. You know, Taylor was looking at an 11-dart finish, missed 2 darts, and Priestley stole it. Absolutely first rate.
99.
I say he was at Stonehenge at the weekend, Saturday night, playing the locals, Dennis. And I reckon he was out rubbing that hand on the magic stones that were ruled there by the Druids. Nothing summer solstice about this shot.
7 scores.
Sorry about the curse, folks.
Oh, I think you upset the Druids there, Sid.
At Druids' Arms, the Ayler's rotten, I hear.
Oh, great spirit. in the match. I can't see Phil Taylor hitting 7. No. He gains a mere 53 in one dart.
Now Taylor, when it's Stonehenge, he'd hang his practice board on the main one. Size giving it on the red bits. Giving Taylor a fight for his money, and that money's 75 grand to the winner tonight, folks, for the rampant Premier Darts League.
Yes, of course, a 10,000 difference in this match. If you win this one, you're guaranteed 40,000. And Terry Jenkins, who we saw practicing there, it's going to be his biggest pay night of his life, whatever.
98.
Sensational stuff by Taylor since leg 7. 2 of the legs since he's averaged 136, and he's not finished yet.
And it is to the credit of Dennis Priestley that in that last leg, Taylor just gave him the smidgen of a chance, and he took it. Great match, great competition.
Here we go, treble 18 leaves the bull. Right, he went for 260s, percentage shot.
95.
Realised how far Dennis was back, did the power. Had a big shock. Semi-final here. Gets her own shot into Taylor. 4 legs back before he pipped it. Here we go.
78. Failure requires
69. It is for 8-4.
Here we go. Bat 18. Double 16 for a 15 darter. Take him nearer the winning first. Taylor wants the green bit.
53.
Just his doubles, just a whisker away at the moment, but he'll be back with Priestley way back on 236.
Good cover, Dennis. Too high.
96. Failure requires 16.
Here we go then for 8-4. That means he'll need only 3 to get to the final double 8. Across the board, 14 inches. 4. Double. 4. On the wire. Probably go high, not use the barrel. Yeah, exactly where I predicted. Use the open end. A lovely shot by Taylor.
13th leg is Dennis.
And there is the dart that propelled Phil Taylor into an 8-4 lead. He'd have been happy to see that one go in, said Joris Lee, because he'd had 5 darts and missed it doubles. And you can get into that niggling little habit, even when you're playing as superlatively as Phil Taylor. The doubles can be a real bunker.
Except the way he throws, I think, is the best throw to double I've ever seen, in that he knew he had the lie if that dart dipped early. He threw that dart at the top end. There isn't that a lie if he lost a bit of power to take it in the bottom. Having a good time here at Brighton. It ain't sophistication, but it's fun.
Well, we're talking about Phil Taylor's double shooting. The facts speak for themselves. He's hit more winning doubles than any man alive.
85.
Are they ever appreciating this artistry? 11-10, great finale by Barney, failed at the end, the world champ. Terry Jenkins in our final. And we've just seen Taylor do 236 average legs. And getting hotter.
140.
Understacking, that's fantastic. 3 below the wire. Wow.
Got to give credit to this man. Hasn't given up, held on, made it a match, you know, even though he's faced the full blowtorch blast of Phil Taylor's true form.
Level leg this. Taylor lands one a little bit low. Can use the barrel here. No, I think he's coming. No, I think he's going to use that barrel. Now into the command. That used to be, as you said, Dave, Dennis's keynote shot when he was on was hitting that red bit, the command. They're loving it.
Phil Taylor leaving himself on 131. Priestley wants 100 here at least. Should stay on 19s.
96.
Taylor wants 131. If he hits the treble 20, watch for treble 13 coming into the equation.
Treble 13 is handy. Unhappy with himself for missing that treble. That's Dennis in on
74.
Shanghai. Dennis in his pomp, the early 1990s, 91 to 96. He'd have popped this no bother. First, skinny red bit. Lost the line by a mile.
Yes, that could be costly for Priestley. A very, very loose throw at an important moment.
Driving power to go, 9-4, needs putt 17. Skinny top lipstick. On the wire now, does he go clean? I think he might use that lie. Oh, he's trying to go the clean bit on the left.
His finishing isn't quite as immaculate as it was back 3 or 4 legs back. Priestley with a chance, 80 the shot.
Putt 20.
Got to aim high, got to miss the treble. Costly, oh dear. He knows. I think he was concentrating on being high there, Sid.
Tungsten kamikaze against Taylor. That you saw Taylor castigating himself, shouting, "Come on, Philip, that were rubbish." Self-criticism, the heart of his game, heart of his hour. Double 10. That's a mile away. Double 5. Power. Losing his rag with himself and losing his shape.
10 score. Dennis, you require Fulton.
I think you're right there, Sid. I think Taylor, if anything, over-motivated himself in that moment, but it's left Priestley with a chance.
Spot on, Dave. Over-motivated. He did. Dennis to narrow that gap. Once tops. Pulls it badly. 20 past. Double 10. Dennis trying to get closer to the power. Middle of the bit! Old man Den comes back again!
And there is the double. That retrieved the leg, but Phil Taylor will know he really gave that one away. 5 darts at doubles, and that brings his percentage checkout success rate down to 25%. He will not be happy.
96.
Nor will he be happy with that. One of the rare times you'll see Taylor lose his rag with himself, and it certainly was demonstrated in the 3 dot. At this stage, the last match, Barney was Evans and Jenkins 3-1 on. But look at this. Taylor's come down from 200, but he's still 100-1 against the bookies. 16-1 Priestley.
100-1 odds. It just popped down and put £1 million on for me.
It was 700-1 earlier. On.
100.
We've seen a rare blip though. A rare blip by Taylor. Almost panic, missing by half an inch with those 3 dots.
And in his last 3 legs, he's had 10 missed darts at doubles.
Well, did come out with the old cliche about 1 game at a time. He did say, forget about Barney before the whole thing started tonight. Dennis is some player, I've just got to get rid of Dennis. Dennis has shown you why the power was worried. Is he ever? Could be another 11-10 job this way, I'm not saying which way.
The sheer tenacity of Dennis Priestley epitomises the true Yorkshire spirit. He never gives up. A lesser player would have buckled under that 5-leg blitz that Taylor produced, but Priestley didn't, and he's still in this match. 125 the shot.
That's right. And 60 in tops now. Get right on Taylor's tail. Just too high.
65.
Well, Table Allen using big words, but as they say in Yorkshire, when it's time for crackers, it's time to go crackers. Taylor, oh, the shot is on. This will be a crippler, treble 17. Would have left the ball, but Dennis now to peg back, Dave.
Yes, well, Taylor's left himself on double 12, but Priestley must hit this 60, would narrow the gap to just 2 legs. Fine match. Still going. Priestley wants double top, 2 darts. Double 10, time getting short, time getting desperate, time for the double.
On the wire! And he's saying to himself, come on, Philip, it's your Sunday name, give us Sunday darts. Double 12 for 9-5. Double 12 it is, and look how pumped up he is! Look how pumped up he is!
And that dart takes Phil Taylor into a 4-leg lead with needing just 2 more, and that suddenly that gap looks like the Grand Canyon, doesn't it, Sid? With Priestley with the darts here, but he's got to win 2, 3, 4 on the spin now.
Don't know about the Grand Canyon. It looks as big as Max Brebeck. Keeping up for Dennis. The chagrin, missing good shots on Dennis's chops. And you're seeing this man that is... We've seen him at his best in this with 236 average legs. His average now just on his average that it's been for the last 3 years, and this 99.9. It's where Bradman's was. Dennis being game, but Taylor has been as high as 105 in this.
Yes, but of course Bradman's average was what, 40 above anybody subsequently. In darts we've had Taylor admittedly way out in front, but there's been a few players that have been capable of giving a rare old match, and Priestley's one of them.
He wouldn't have had that if Barney Sidebottom had been bowling at him, kid. Here we go then. Taylor 2 wanted now. 750 gets you 1.
Well,
says it all. We've tried adjectives and hyperbole. The bookie's done it with numbers.
Well, they say there's no such thing as a dead cert, but 750 to 1 on, surely. Even a man of Priestley's ability and Christian spirit isn't going to overcome those kind of odds.
No luck with the second dart, Dennis. Dennis has had trouble later in games, particularly after commercial breaks in the past. There they are, looking a bit sick, Adam, Priestley. I think they are aware that the sickeners are on the cards from the usual source.
Yes, but they've had a wonderful ride with Dennis Priestley, as we all have had in this 2007 Holston Premier League. Priestley has been a credit to the league. He's given it dignity, he's given it style, and he's still in there fighting. He really has been a terrific competitor.
Yeah, was driving through top of the league for 5 weeks, then second by week 10. He's had a tremendous few months since the 1st of Feb when we started this Cape Town, which has caught the nation's sporting imagination. Here he goes then, Taylor, to go 1 leg away from the final. The holder, 42 matches undefeated. This is the 43rd. He won 60. Bull's handy now.
90 left, might go for 18s, might go for the bull. He knows what it's going to go for. Looks like the bull.
48.
Well, it missed the ball, but a little fortuitously landed on 10, so it's tidied it up, squared it up, and Priestley unable to finish, of course, on 181.
Too high. Right. Dennis is staying up there. Very good shot. Taylor then to go 1 leg away from the match and the final. Looking at the 60. Fat 20, middle of the black bit. Ruby red. Oh, middle of the bit! Unconscious poetry, but it's coming the way of Taylor. Dennis, desperate, down 10-5. The power fans know their man needs one more pop.
You're back live in Brighton for finals night. That's what we've been seeing so far, a real thriller between Barneveld and Jenkins, with Jenkins the underdog coming through, and now just in time Phil Taylor needing one more leg to go through to the final against Jenkins, and he's been in at times at his most majestic, and now he's just 15 darts away from his 43rd consecutive victory in this tournament, in this league, and maintaining his unbeaten record.
Taylor, an amazing spell between legs 7 and 10. Two of those legs were done in 136 average, which is phenomenal. Sitting on a 99 average at the moment, about to try and give the coup de grace to the next Primelis.
Priestley, to his credit, has never ever rolled over. Doesn't understand what a white flag's all about, and he's still battling. He still won't consider this match as lost, but in honesty, he has Mount Everest to climb in bare feet.
In Mexborough, a white flag means bring 300 weight of nutty slack sharpish. That's what Dennis's job used to be. Humping bags are cool. Mighty arms there developed, and mighty patience. Twice world champion against the 13 times world champion Taylor. Great pals to hang up with the money, share it.
Yes, you have to wonder, Sid, how many times Priestley might have been champion if it hadn't been for Phil Taylor.
How many times Brissy would have been world champion hadn't it been for the Dartitis? How many times would Reese have been world champion if it hadn't been for Lowe and Brissy? Cruel old game.
Mind you, there's a few blokes about that have every reason to feel a bit sore about Taylor's consistency and form over the past 15 years. He's seen them all come and go.
We have, and what a new crop we're going to see at Bolton on the 7th to the 10th of June. Michael Van Gerwen is taking big scalps. James Wade in fantastic form, and Adrian Lewis, who graced this tournament. Don't miss that, folks. UK Open Bolton, 7th of June on Sky.
Well, Priestley once again should be down at a finish before Taylor.
In the lipstick, Portela.
105.
Well, he's left a nice little two-darter.
What a wonderful placards. The placard Picassos with their artwork, Sid.
Just the wrong side of the wire there for Dennis. Here we go then.
48.
42 times undefeated, twice champion of the Premier Dart League, to go into this year's final in style. Taylor on a two-darter. Treble 18 leaves double 12 div.
And Priestley will be back.
58.
Treble 17 would leave double 16 for Priestley to keep this semi-final alive. Knowing the man, he'll go right for the jugular. Treble 17 first start. Double 16 second dart. The target grins at him. Now he's got to just move upstairs one step.
And he gets it! Old man Den does it again and again, and there's a pale, pale smile on the chops of the Power as he watches it go in.
Well, that's again the measure of the man, isn't it? There you are, just one leg away from defeat against Phil Taylor, who's averaging just under 100, who's turned in an absolute masterclass for a burst of form, and yet Priestley still has not given up this match. It is a testimony to his temperament.
100.
There's a dream team going on in a national paper. Of the 10 players you think might beat Taylor's scores in some competitions. Van Gogh definitely. James Wade definitely. Colin Lloyd definitely in there. A younger generation. But here we're watching two old stagers. They've dominated Sky Darts since 1940.
Priestley, that so familiar style, that focus, that determination, nothing rocks this man out of his rhythm.
Other than Yorkshire puddings, 2 sweet stouts, and 6 back-to-back neighbours. It's his hobby, chilling Dennis. The Power with a nice stacking lie at the red bit. 2 stacking lies.
100.
Well, surely, Taylor will not falter at this late stage. Priestley, you know, is having a late rally. Kicking on here, 10-7.
100.
If he could win the 18th leg, then with the darts, well, who knows? We saw what must be construed as a surprise in the first semi. Might just have a twist in the tail here yet.
Oh, nice second dart. Brutal use of the stagger bit there. That to me, I'm telling you, Barney's downfall was partly due to trying to stack like Taylor. Didn't work against Jenkins, sitting in the final. Dennis then needs another treble, needs treble. 17 to leave the bowl. Just the lad to do it. Just the dart to dip through.
The treble would leave him double 12. And that would be 10-7. And Phil Taylor suddenly might just be looking over his shoulder.
He probably could hit that 60, looking over his shoulder.
98.
Without a mirror, Dennis then to take it to the same scoreline as Barney took it to for 10-7. Double 12 for Den. Now this is a nice slider, just needs a flick on the barrel, an angel's kiss on that barrel. Oh no, a devil's kiss, wrong way. Flight's in the way, over allowed for the flight.
Well within Taylor's range, 103 for the match and a place in the final. 84 now, treble 20. Double 12, that's the shot for Taylor, and a place in the final, and he's short and wide, and Priestley breathes again.
Wow! Dennis gasping for air like Moby Dick in a goldfish bowl. The Power tries to keep his cool. To hang in, Dennis. Quarter past the green bit. Double 6. Stay in. 9 inches down, bottom of the shop, the lipstick on the wire. 2/3 of the bed aiming at the middle. Oh, took the wrong line. Not heavy enough, Dave.
Required
1, 2, 3, 4, 6 darts in a double there, Priestley, to save the match. And surely, Phil Taylor, having unsheathed his sword, will apply the killing touch. Taylor goes through, still unbeaten in the league, and still the final to come.
And the man who is there is Terry Jenkins, who beat a ramp in the latter stages, right, Barney Valley 11-10. But Javin won his 43rd consecutive match in this league. Taylor, the holder, will play Jenkins. We should have a builder.
That was the moment Phil Taylor booked his place in his third consecutive Holston Premier League final, beating Dennis Priestley 11-6. And this was the moment Terry Jenkins found out who he was playing in the final. Bit of inevitability about that one, I think. Confirmation then of the two semi-final results. Raymond van Barneveld going out, beaten by Terry Jenkins 11-10, and confirmation of that 11-6 victory for Phil "The Power" Taylor. So the final, round about half an hour away. Phil Taylor, can he make it 3 consecutive wins in this competition? Still unbeaten after 43 matches against Terry Jenkins. And Phil is with me now. Congratulations, Phil. This record in this tournament just keeps on going and going and going.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. It's not easy, obviously. I thought Dennis then played superb. He kept coming back and coming back. Even when I was 10-6 up, I thought, you better be careful here, because he can come back. And if he did that double 6 then, a double 3, you never know what could happen.
This morning I was reading my paper and you said, look out, it might not be Barneveld in the final. Terry Jenkins is playing really well, and that prediction came right.
Yeah, I thought Barney over the last few weeks is beginning to look tired a little bit. He's done a lot, as he said, he's done a lot of travelling. Obviously, you know, we all have to do it, but he's just felt it a little bit more with it being his first season. I think next season he'll be used to it, and he'll know what it's all about then. But Terry played well, and he missed doubles, and Barney missed doubles. It was, I've got no nails left watching that game, but it was a great game to watch.
You've got about half an hour before that final. Thanks for taking the time out to talk to us, but what are you going to do in that half hour? Will it be a case of getting back on the board and just loosening up again and preparing?
Can I just say one word? I've got to say a big get well soon to Robbie Savage. His leg's not well, and I hope he really does get well for next season. Good luck, Robbie. Well,
and your preparation, what are you going to do?
I'm going to change my shirt. I've got another shirt upstairs, and I'm going to get back on the practice board. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to do. Sharpen up on my doubles a little bit.
We'll let you go. Off you go, Phil. Congratulations. Well done. Good performance. The crowd ready to see the final. We reckon around about half an hour and counting until that one. After the break, we'll show you what happened in the first of our semi-finals this evening.
Hello,